Hi everyone, welcome to my advice channel and let's begin. How do you know when you need to file for divorce as a woman? When it's affecting your mental health, and when you realize your spouse will not change and therefore things will not change. And if you're asking this question, it's probably time. Hi ladies, looking for some advice, please no judgment. Story in short, I believe my long-term boyfriend may have cheated on me within the past few years. He is swearing up and down that he didn't, but I am really unsure if I can trust his word. It's also important to myself that I find out the truth as he now wants to get married and start a family. Anyone have any suggestions on what I can do? I will note that I have his iCloud information, but I believe if there is quote unquote anything, he would have deleted. Can deleted history be recovered? What is the reason or reasons for you not to trust him? If you don't have a good reason to believe that he has cheated, I would stop overthinking. If you do have a good reason and cannot trust him, I would not move forward with marriage. Trust is one of the most important foundations in a marriage, and if you don't have trust, then you won't have a healthy, solid marriage. As for recovering deleted history on iCloud, I am not 100% sure if that's possible. I think it depends on a few factors. I would Google it or ask AI. How do you deal with an ex with zero respect or boundaries? Well, you shouldn't deal with him. You should cut him off. Why would you want to deal with someone who has zero respect and no boundaries? If you do want to deal with him, then you're going to have to accept his lack of respect and him having no boundaries because you can't change the way he is. Is sending someone a GIF like good morning or sending them a voice clip or text message instead of calling them an okay way to communicate? I hate calling people regardless of who it is, even parent or grandparent. Does this seem okay? It's okay, but a lot of people are old school and a phone call at least once a week wouldn't hurt, especially if it's a parent. It also depends on how close your relationship is with each person and if they are okay with it. Speaking to someone directly is more intimate and best for sensitive or urgent topics. When should I start helping my grandma more? She is 72 and over the past few years, her health seems to have declined quite a bit. In 2021, she was still able to drive, but now she has trouble moving without pain. I think part of it is that she doesn't move around nearly as much as she should. Like she is usually in her bed most of the day except for going to the bathroom and sometimes going downstairs to refill her milk or something or the occasional outing. But there are some days she doesn't go downstairs at all. My issue is that I don't want to do things for her, not because I mean, but because part of me feels like having her move around is more beneficial for her. But at the same time, there is a part of me that knows at some point she isn't going to get any better and will need me to do everything for her. To clarify, I am not her caretaker, but I mean when I do come to see her. I think the idea that she will only get worse from here on out scares me, and that me not helping her is me being in denial maybe. I don't know. Any advice is appreciated. Thank you. It's very normal to fear our loved ones declining as they get older. It could be that you're in denial, but you're also expecting it, which is practical. You are correct. Having her move around is more beneficial for her. It is very important for people of all ages to stay active for as long as possible, and that includes the elderly. You can start helping her with certain things that she is unable to do, little things here and there, such as lifting something heavy or getting something for her that she can't reach, which I'm sure you probably do already. But based on what you've mentioned, it seems like she is able to perform basic daily tasks on her own, so you don't need to help her with those things, at least not yet. But do encourage her to exercise, such as walking daily for at least 15 to 20 minutes. When you visit her, You both can walk together. She can also walk in her home if that's possible. And I would also encourage her to go downstairs at least once a day. Limited mobility in the elderly can cause many different physical and psychological issues. So you want to try to prevent those issues for as long as possible. And if she starts declining more physically or mentally, even with the daily walks, she should see a healthcare provider and be evaluated. What is the best way to go about responding to a text from a man you are involved with who quote unquote messed up so that you respect yourself? Not going to go into the details, but he did something that was not acceptable to me, and I will leave it at that. He is very aware of what he did. I'm not 100% sure that he is willing to fix things, and I will leave it at that too. Do I reiterate why I'm mad and what he can do to redeem himself, or do I simply say, quote unquote, we're done, bye? The hope is that even if he doesn't try and fix things now, that he will come back in the next week or two. So just tell me which option I should pick. So me and this guy were together for about 3 months, and even though it was short, I got attached really fast. I never usually do, but with him I felt completely like myself, and I just loved being around him. Everything felt easy and natural, but then things changed. He said our values don't really align and that he doesn't think it would work long term. I actually agreed with that because it's true, but it still hurts. He said he still wants to be friends and doesn't want to lose me, and that he wants me in his life no matter what. I agreed to be friends even though I wasn't sure if I could really handle it. Since then, we've still talked here and there. He's messaged me, sent reels, checked in, but I've been kind of dry and distant because it's hard for me to act like it's nothing. I think now he's starting to pull back too, probably because of how distant I've been. It's been 2 days since I last heard from him, and I thought I could handle being friends, but honestly, it's been harder than I expected. I miss him, but I also know our values don't match. I just don't know what to do. Should I reach out or keep my distance and let things fade? I'm going to quickly recap. You said he did something messed up. You both agree that your values do not align. You find it difficult to stay friends with him. You're keeping your distance because it's hard for you to act like it's nothing. So just based on all that, I think you should keep your distance and let things fade. It's clear that you still have feelings for him, and that needs to fade as well, especially if you both are not compatible. Today, I would like to end with the following quote. The love, care, and attention we give to the elderly is a measure of our humanity. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, please take care of yourselves, each other, and God bless.